Hi. Okay. Crazy. Okay. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
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 Are you finished?
I'm writing to my cousin really quickly. Now I'm finished. She's wishing me happy birthday.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday. I'll repeat that several times during today's show.
But I'm telling my cousin who in Brooklyn, she wished me happy birthday. I was telling her that false alarm because all the family in China has been wishing me happy birthday all day.
That's
because they're 15 hours ahead. So it's really tomorrow here, but it's now there.
Great.
So
I knew you were going to find a way to like make this all about you and try. So
you little snot.
I'm not a snot.
Yes, you are.
I'm really not.
That I was going to find a way to make it all about me.
Yeah, that you were going to find a way to make it all about you.
Really?
Whatever. So
these are nice.
I'm surprised that you like those because look, I'm going to show you guys.
Why are you surprised?
Because you hate
and why
fake.
It's so loud?
They're not. I mean, obviously they're not real. Look.
Oh,
put it right in front.
Put it right in front. Now I can really admire them.
Well, look. So basically,
I used to have red versions of this. Remember, I had red willows when you were a little kid growing up. We had. You don't remember?
Did I play with them?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have
These
fake flowers, but I had the beautiful, naturally red branches.
So you know where I got these? The place where I get my colonics from, they were like, oh, we're getting a new thing in the lobby. Like we have a new fake plant in the lobby.
Oh, so you got their trash?
I mean, it's not trash. Like it's nice. Like it's been actually like out by the credenza, but you haven't noticed it because it goes so well.
I haven't noticed it at all because sometimes there's all kinds of packages blocking this thing, and I don't really look in here.
Well, in any case, hi everybody. Welcome Charlene Gibbs King, and hi Cupcake Santa, who I'm presuming delivers cupcakes.
Cupcake Santa?
That's what it says. Cupcake Santa.
No, I can't see it.
It's too far. Yeah. So we're in the new parlor, or what is soon. It's becoming the parlor.
It's redecorated parlor.
It's a redecorated parlor. The rug that Hyro was peeing and pooping on because she determined that it was, I guess, maybe the same look and feel of grass.
Irene says it can be cleaned.
It's gross. But it's also a purple shag carpet. So if anybody wants a soon to be cleaned purple shag carpet, let me know. Like for real.
Oh, you mean you're gonna clean it and then give it away?
I mean, I can. I mean, I'm just saying, like, as long as you guys know that my dog like went buck wild on it with her butt.
I would clean it and then list it on one of those
Whatever
things for
sites.
sale.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be somebody in LA who gets it because they have to come pick it up.
Right. Anyway. So tomorrow's my mom's birthday again. And
did anybody ask how old I'm going to be?
Okay, I know how old you're going to be.
Yeah.
And it's it's a nasty number.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
It's not a nasty number.
It is a nasty number.
Because if you reach that number, then you know what that means.
That you
survive.
You 69 all over the place.
You are.
I'm really not. And honestly, wait till I become 69. It's going to be Freak Fest 2030 something, or I don't know when am I going to be 69? 75? 2000 and whatever.
I don't know. What year were you born?
What? Excuse me. What year was I born?
What year were you born? Add 70 and subtract 1.
2044.
There you go. See?
So I told Idris I wanted a Freaknik funeral. So I'm saying right now that when I'm 69, I'm going to have a Rick James bash.
And
unity.
And you want a Freaknik funeral, yet you give me grief because I told you to go to Freaknik?
Okay, first of all, I was like, I do not want to go to Freaknik because I had heard that people were getting like raped and tossed off of balconies. And also, because all my friends were like, "Oh my God, you told your mother you were here." I was like, "She's the one who told me to come. I wasn't trying to come here." And then I was like, "All right, bet. Like it's like let's just do this." Right.
I'm a
So
New York City girl. I'm from Harlem. You got to go to some stuff.
yeah. So I went, but I told Idris I want a Freaknik funeral. I want like no crying. I want him to
What is a Freaknik funeral?
well
What
what
will
will
occur
happen?
at a Freaknik funeral?
Just lots of Two Live Crew. You know, things that True Live Crew,
You mean booty shake?
booty shake, yeah, booty shake. You know, just like, live your life. Like let's pretend it's 1994 again.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that your livers are, very intact. Okay. Michelle Renee said, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And Charlene Gibbs King said, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And blessings and cheer for a day as fabulous as you.
Thank you.
Oh,
My friend who I've known since first grade, who lives in Miami,
mhm.
we were all going to go to our 50th high school reunion in October.
Mhm.
And our 50th was last year, but COVID got in the way.
And now Delta.
So it was going to be 50
wilding.
This year. We're going to celebrate it was like Tokyo 2020 in 2021. So we were going to have high school reunion 50
Mhm.
in the 51st year.
Right.
And so she then texted us on our messenger chat
Mhm.
that not only did her doctor tell her she can't come because she had been having some long-standing heart issues,
Mhm.
but she cracked a few ribs and something else happened,
Like coughing?
because she tripped getting out of an Uber and missed seeing a palm leaf.
Oh my God.
I was like,
Oh my God, that's a lot.
I was like, you know what? I can't relate to that.
That's a lot.
And then,
What do you mean you can't relate to that?
well, because
Yeah, I mean, we've all slipped and fallen.
you don't get out of an Uber and trip over a palm leaf and
You
crack
do if it's on the
crack
ground.
your ribs. Well, why would you?
Mom, obviously she didn't see it.
And that's what I don't understand. These are things that are incomprehensible.
Because you've never
to
tripped
me.
before.
Over a palm leaf? I get out of a car. I'm in the back seat, presumably. The door opens. There is a palm leaf there. And I don't say to the driver, could you pull up just to look like, could you pull up like 3 feet?
Well, that's because you are overly
cautious,
anxious.
aware. It's like, how does that happen?
How does this happen?
How does that?
Maybe she was distracted.
And well, now once again, to
All
the
right,
point where
so
she ended up with cracked ribs and whatever. So my question to her was, do you think maybe you would be assisted by having a cane?
Wow.
And she said,
excuse me, a verb stick.
She said yes.
She said a verb stick.
And I said to her,
we can ask Peter to make her one.
No. I went on to Amazon and I typed in
boys
stylish
canes
for walking. And all of these amazing, some of them had like sterling silver lion's head.
Did you get her a pimp cane?
A purple one that
Did you get her a pimp cane?
One was clear lucite.
Did you get her a pimp cane?
So I'm not buying anybody.
Well, then I don't care.
I sent her the links.
I don't care.
With the pictures of the canes, and she was very excited. And she's ordering one that she would select. And I'm sitting at home thinking, have I moved into that age demographic where I'm offering ideas for stylish, fashion-forward canes?
I mean, when you gonna be 69? I mean, let me know. You out here in these streets.
I'm out here in these streets, but I walk steady.
Well, some of us have knee problems, and you got knee problems too. So I have to be really no. Okay, I have my knees getting better as well. Thank you.
I had a torn meniscus that I had surgery for.
I don't know what I have, but it's getting better. Michelle Renee says she went to Freaknik in 92. Michelle Renee, did anybody, did you hear?
Lick your face?
Did anybody lick your face? Did anyone, did you run over anyone's foot with your car by accident? Also, like how many people that year were raped and thrown off of balconies?
Did you go, what year did you go?
90, sorry, I went in 95. Sorry, 95.
When did you graduate?
97.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a sophomore. Okay, interestingly, someone on Instagram asked, Rule of My Destiny asked, when is your show coming back? It's not coming back. Big up to everybody I saw at Melrose Trading Post yesterday at Melrose High School, who recognized me and asked me to sing.
What's Melrose?
It's like a flea market. It's on Fairfax and Melrose. Every Sunday they have like a flea market. It's nice.
I didn't know they had a Melrose High School.
Yeah. It's like right on Melrose and Fairfax, like right at that corner. So no, show's not coming back. But you know who called me today randomly? Remember Ebony?
Was she one of the producers? Okay.
So so they're doing Taraji P. Henson's Facebook show, like they're I guess shooting it now, and so they asked me to come on tomorrow and
talk about mental health.
Yeah, talk about mental health. I couldn't do it. I have a very busy week. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday. Also, I just have like a lot of adulting things to do. But I gave it to them. They were like, well, listen, we'll give you your own trailer. Like, you know, like real talk, you'll probably be there for 4 to 5 hours. I was like, yeah, no, I've done that. All right. Like I've been about that life. I don't have a lot of patience to just be like hanging around.
4 to 5 hours for how much airtime?
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, they were going to give me a per diem, but I was just like, yeah, nah, I got stuff to do. Like, it's just not.
Well, you did tell them maybe another time.
No, I was like, if you can't find nobody else, let me know.
If you can't find anyone else.
If you can't find nobody else, let me know.
If I broke out and looked up how much I spent on your education.
First of all, I know.
Double negative.
I mean, okay. First of all, you know that I'm very good at Englishing, grammar, and ebonicalizing. So leave me alone, okay? So sometimes please. I was thinking about this the other day.
Be colored.
No, right, and honestly, you don't. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, wow, my mom really doesn't ebonicalize very much.
Rarely.
Weird.
Do you know why?
Because my parents told me that if I did,
my parents didn't ebonicalize.
Well, I know they didn't.
Well, so
because I didn't even know what patois was. So I went to Jamaica at 10.
So how would I have?
I don't know. Hi, August the 25.
Patois, so I could give you some patois stuff, but they didn't ebonicalize.
But why don't you speak more ebonicalize-ish?
That would suggest that in the neighborhood where I lived, I spoke like the kids in my neighborhood, and I did not.
Okay.
Like when we moved to Fort Worth, and you said what?
First of all, you had a full on rage attack
while citing.
I was in Texas. I was in first grade,
and
everyone in Texas. I went to an all-black school.
Yes, you did. Thank God.
And I said QRST.
And I said we don't say Ara.
No, you said like this. You said
your grandmother would.
What did you say? I was like Ara, like we say the alphabet every day. You were like, it is R. I was like, I know what it is, but like when I'm here, I gotta Harlem, when I'm here, I have to do as the Romans do, right? Whatever. Anyway, hi, One Bossy Beauty. Yes, ebonicalizing. I just made up that word. Alina Franklin said, "Hey, ladies. Hey, hi. How are you?" Let me see. There's not. Well, I don't know. Is there stuff that's been happening recently?
Yeah.
Oh, I texted my mom yesterday because Sha'Carri Richardson came in ninth. I didn't think she was gonna come. I mean, big up to her, and big up to, you know, she said she has still been training, or at least that's. Am I interrupting you?
I have to answer this really quickly. And you got a hell of a lot of nerve. You've gotten up from me to go pee.
I have
You
to
have
pee.
something to
I
eat,
need.
get
Well,
water.
yeah, but I've always been like that.
Well, I haven't always been working while doing whatever, but I have to answer this.
Anyway, so Sha'Carri Richardson came in ninth.
That was.
She came up finishing last.
That was.
And Team Jamaica, once again, as petty and accurate and rude as they wanted to be, were like, ha ha, we told you and you thought.
So Team Jamaica merely walked past her while she was being interviewed by an NBC guy and just.
Oh, you mean Sha'Carri or Team Jamaica?
Team Jamaica.
Of course. There's nothing like.
There was nothing to say. They were just like.
Okay, but can I tell you something?
But
Team
you know
Jamaica are a bunch of, like, they will never. Remember that light skinned girl Lolo Jones or whatever? She was
a runner back in the day. Mm-hmm.
She was like mixed or something. They tormented her.
Who tormented?
Jamaica tormented her. I saw an interview.
Wait. Jamaicans tormented her or the runners?
The runners tormented her. And she wasn't used to that. So I saw this random interview. I think it was on YouTube.
She wasn't used to it because
she doesn't understand Jamaican rudeness and how you're supposed to respond and how it's actually like a game,
yeah.
Right? As opposed to like, you're being mean, and then it's like, oh, for real, I'm being mean. Then it's like, now I have to destroy you. So Lolo Jones was like, well, it's been really hard, you know, blah, 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 like at the Olympics. And, you know, like, yes, there's competition and, you know, we're all going to be competitive, but like, you know, it's sometimes it can be a little extra or whatever. And so I saw this interview, and I think it was with NBC, and they interviewed, it was three female runners on team one, two, and three from Team Jamaica. And they were just like,
there's a lot of teeth sucking.
There's a lot of teeth sucking. There was a lot of like, I mean, they were like, were like, well,
team 1, 2, 3.
Right. They were like, well, basically, like, she's whack and she loses all the time and she can't beat us. So why should we care? So I was dying because I was just like, I mean, I had been called a bully in the past.
You have?
Yeah, because I guess like, well, I mean, especially once I moved to LA, because people, I mean, there's not a lot of
your stank attitude.
Well, I mean, just the way that I, you know, like talk to people, and they're like, "Well, Imani, that's mean." I'm like, "Is it? I'm just playing with you," because I'm used to being around more West Indians, and that's just how we converse.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. So I was just like, "What's wrong?" And then because then when you say that, that's an insult. And I'm like, I didn't even do anything to you. Like, if I really did something to you, you would know.
However.
And also because I'm my mother's child, and that's how she acts all the time.
Yes. However.
Okay, you know what? So when you got here, did anybody call you a bully?
Got here?
Yeah.
When I got here, I was a boss. Who was going to call me a bully?
Okay, go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
I was running shit.
Okay, Kodo's Tropical said hi. Hi, Kodo's Tropical. Side note, my plants are doing fantastic.
They are.
They're
sprouting everywhere.
Everywhere, even the ones that like were dying.
So I think that
explain this.
I think that I watched the race, and here's a little backstory, particularly if you're in a different nation.
Mm-hmm.
The Olympics, as we know in this country, has been shown on NBC for God knows how many years, right? Because they keep renewing and buying the contract, buying the rights.
You're talking about NBC.
NBC,
right?
So that means that a whole lot of nations in the Western Hemisphere, when they're watching the Olympics, they're watching it on NBC.
Yes.
Right. So that means that even the other day at the Steve Prefontaine Classic, which is where.
You mean Steve Harvey Classic?
Steve Prefontaine.
Who is that?
He was a very famous white boy, of course, white boy runner from like 30 years ago,
Okay.
who died of cancer or
All
something
right,
like
whatever.
that.
There's so many.
And whether it's Nike or whoever it was, I think he was from Oregon.
His last name was Fontaine?
His name was Prefontaine.
His last name was Fontaine.
No, it was Prefontaine.
Like Fontaine.
Listen, stop being ignorant.
No.
And so at this classic on Saturday, where Sha'Carri did not make it to the Olympics.
Right.
So this was like she didn't make it to the Olympics, but we're going to run that race.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was at the Prefontaine Classic. NBC had the rights to that too, right?
Fontaine.
The Prefontaine Classic.
The Fontaine Classic.
Is it your goal in life to just be ignorant?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're being very successful.
Because if I say Fontaine, then when I hear it again, I remember that it's pre-Fontaine, like before Fontaine.
Yeah. So anyway, when the Olympics are shown, if you want to watch the Olympics and you live anywhere in the Caribbean, you are probably watching NBC.
Yeah, they get everything.
Well, this weekend, 1, 2, and 3 won. And who was interviewed?
1, 2, and 3.
Number 9.
Oh,
right.
No.
So what you have is a built-in anger in many nations in the Western Hemisphere.
NBC, y'all messing up.
Well, they don't interview other nations' winners.
I thought that didn't they interview like Usain Bolt and stuff?
Usain Bolt, for however long, the fastest man in the world. Right. In this case, Nike, name it, have already put on the air Sha'Carri Richardson commercials.
Oh.
She's already a thing.
So it's sponsorship as opposed to NBC being based in the United States.
There is sponsorship, but I'm still saying to you that NBC Universal is covering the athletes, the athletic stars who they presume the US viewer is interested in, right? Now, there was a presupposition.
Unless you're Jamaican.
There you go.
Right.
That why would we interview 1, 2, and 3?
Right. Like, I don't know, huh?
Right.
Oh, and that's why Jamaica was like, right.
So that's
you
why
want to interview the loser.
The race is over.
Right.
Here come number 9.
Hi, everybody.
Who's
blah, blah, blah.
Who's the last and the last. And she's talking like this.
Oh, and Jamaica, you know what? I'm surprised they didn't kick that camera over.
And the Jamaicans walked by doing this.
How good luck with that.
That's what you saw. If you saw on Saturday, it was like, come now, talk. You go ahead, you talk. And we're going to do this.
I would too.
Because we don't need work. Well, that's what this is about.
I would too, but that's because I'm naturally
a part of it, I think, I fully expected that NBC was going to ask.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 to hang on a minute so we can talk to you. They did not. The Triana. They went on back to the green room, the dressing room, the locker room, whatever. And
also, can I just say that I think 1, 2, and 3 have better wigs than Sha'Carri. Sorry.
Well, they all look funky.
Well, I mean,
once they start being lime green and yellow and chartreuse, it's like, ooh.
Okay, well, that's.
Well, that's.
No, I'm saying like regular color hair.
Oh.
Even Sha'Carri, I liked her lime green wig.
Did you like all of the nails?
I liked everything. I liked her eyelashes.
All of that. To me,
I liked all of that.
There's a whole thing about that look that makes me. It just looks unclean. And I know that's not what it means, but it just looks to me unclean. I don't like it.
Okay, so let's see.
That's one thing to talk about. The other thing to talk about happened today.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Michelle Renee asked, when can we expect the new season of Imani State of Mind? Good question. very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Very, very soon.
Like super soon.
Super
like
soon.
I just got like an update before we started the show. Okay, what were you going to say? Michelle Renee said, and all the baby hair on the wigs. Yo, when did all this baby hair start?
So listen, let me just
it's
say
just
this.
baby hairs on the I mean, it's like
I need to say,
you know they got baby hair weaves?
negresses have been
Like-
combing baby hair from before I was born.
I saw
I
somebody make baby hair in like their name.
I don't understand the fascination with baby hair.
I don't know either, but
And I think they got special baby hair creams
they do.
to make it do that and lay down. It's like,
But it almost seems like you can't get comfortable with your head if you have a wig on and then you got baby hair, because you can't be all like this. Like, let's say you go out somewhere with somebody, you have to be like this.
how do you get comfortable with a wig on, period?
I don't know. It's
I
like
don't even
hair hat.
understand that.
I mean, the last time I had a wig on, which was like a few years ago, I was like, this is hot.
When,
And I don't even have hair.
what's his name? Johnny Taylor put on your high heel sneakers and that wig hat on your head.
Who? What song is that?
There was a song way back when when people were walking the dog. You know what I'm saying? All the nasty songs, just a walking the dog.
we were walking the dog at Xavier. That bounce
Well,
song.
exactly. It's a Southern thing
Oh.
that's been going on since like the 40s, right? So this song, put on your high heel sneakers and your wig hat on your head,
Okay.
right? Those are the lyrics. So I always think of a wig as a wig hat.
Yeah, it's a hair hat. You know what kills me is when people wear a wig and then a hat on top of it. Or wait, the hats that have hair coming out, so you can just put the hat on and then you can have like it look like you got hair with the hat on top.
The wig where you tie a little scarf on it to make it look like it's blowing in the wind. The wig. I mean, I don't.
You mean so there's just hair in the back?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Alina Franklin said, "Do you guys watch Big Brother? This
No.
season, the black people are voting all the whites off the show."
No, I don't watch Big Brother.
I've never watched Big Brother.
You couldn't hold me up in a house with a whole bunch of white people.
We're not talking about you being in a house.
But the
We're
whole
talking about
notion of
but
that.
we're talking about have you seen it? No, you
No.
have not. I haven't either, but I do think that's very funny.
Being on a beach and
So wait.
having 2 black people out of 17.
So wait, Alina Franklin, what? Okay, so real quick, like what's happening? What's happening? Like, are they voting them off because they're just totally like terrible people?
They got a
Or
conspiracy.
this is just payback?
I bet they.
Oh, they were
back
like,
room.
you know, look, this is what we gonna
We're
do.
gonna get Karen 1 tonight.
But have they been Karening and
The
they've been
next
asking? Have they been acting up?
We're gonna get Ashley with an Leigh tomorrow.
See, it's weird because since Megan Thee Stallion came out, like, because I mean, I used to call white girls Megan, but can't anymore. So,
You got a cousin named Megan. Don't be using that name as a thing.
oh, I mean, okay. I mean, that's different. Kojo's Tropical said, "No scars blowing in the wind. Your car will decapitate you like that ballerina." What? What ballerina got decapitated?
That
Did
was
it
in
get-
that movie, right?
Oh,
Where she had it tied around her neck and it was long and flowy and it was a sports car and the sports car had those little spiky things on the wheels and the scarf got caught in the
stop.
it was funny though.
Nicole Brooks said on Big Brother, the black people have an alliance.
That's what I said.
That's what's up. Good job, you guys.
Finally.
Good
Oh my
job, you
God.
guys, because
I hope it's not the yellows versus the darks.
is it?
Because I don't know.
I'm asking
Because,
Nicole.
sometimes black people will do that. And it's like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Don't do that. I mean, oh, it's stupid to me. Anyway.
I heard a story from my husband that
Wait.
he went to play in a golf tournament, the name of which I will not say, but it was the last
Niggerations.
time I went to that event. and he went.
Wait, was
as
it
my guest?
Was it blouses versus?
It wasn't blouses versus. It was brothers versus the gorillas.
Oh no! Who? Wait, hold up! Stop.
That was the last. He of course signified up and down and back and forth like.
Wait, what? I don't understand. When? Like, how long ago was this?
Oh, within the last dozen years, 15 years.
What? I'm sorry. What was
at
it
an
again?
event?
The who versus the gorillas?
The brothers versus the gorillas. Oh yeah.
And black people went.
Wait. This was a small coterie of
bougie Negroes
who invited him, presuming that he was a bougie Negro, but presuming
right.
It's all black folks.
Right.
All right. Well, it's gonna be the brothers versus the gorillas. And he said what?
Slap.
And then it was like, and then it got because
because now we gonna fight.
Because now my husband is not having none of this.
We gonna fight.
And even if he was there as my guest, it'd be like, take them fuckers apart. Because you know what?
No, everybody's getting slapped.
And when he came and told me that, I was like,
he probably
said what?
Okay, so how long did it take for him to tell you? Like a couple days?
No, it was at the event.
Oh, and because I'm just saying we don't know how you act,
and I acted that way.
What did you do?
I was a speaker, and I was side eyeing everybody, like
Jamaica, like 1, 2, and 3.
And then when the time came next year to be considered, I was like, "Oh hell no, no."
Wait, you spoke? But you spoke there?
I was booked as a speaker.
Oh, because they paid you. Yeah, like they paid you to talk.
Well, I mean,
no, I'm saying like it was like. Yeah,
I don't know that I was paid. There's sometimes they pay you an honorarium, but sometimes they don't.
Well, I'm just saying if they wasn't paying me, then I'm not doing it.
They give you a suite and they give you whatever. And you got friends there and y'all hanging out.
So hold up. So it was an event, and this, what'd you say? Gents versus gorillas?
I said brothers
versus gorillas. It was happened to be a part of this larger thing.
It was we're gonna play golf. And informally, they played annually. And this is how they broke it down.
Yeah, I don't understand
and it was my husband's first time in the middle of this, right? And someone said, okay, well, so you play with the gorillas. He said, wait,
who?
What?
And what?
And it certainly broke down. The alignment was along color. Percentage of melanin.
Okay, so you saying that Nicole Brooks said that all black folks, including mixed, are included in the Black Alliance on Big Brother.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thank God.
Because you know what?
That's a lot.
Hold up. Otherwise, somebody have to burn something down.
That's a lot. So hold up.
Sometimes people think that mess is funny.
I mean,
but I don't think it's funny.
I mean, in all honesty, despite my supremely bourgeois ways, I really kind of tend to avoid I tend to avoid most people, but I tend to kind of avoid black bourgeois happenings. Like, oh, we're going golfing, or oh, we're doing I'm just kind of nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that.
Well, I think that historically golfing was considered bougie, but I do think that as time has gone by, what we of the melanated
diaspora
have proven is that give us a sport and we will excel beyond anything anyone has ever seen.
Yeah, but then
even if we got hand-me-down 3 times golf clubs and all the above, it doesn't matter.
But then
we're still going to excel.
My issue with that, and that's honestly why I've tended to avoid such bourgeois, black bougie happenings or events, is because I'm yeah, but are we real? I feel like we're using the master's tools, and that just doesn't sit right with me.
Like I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like I don't care about golfing. And I don't feel like I
think
need
if you get a soccer ball and you kick it around, it ain't about Masters.
No, but what I'm saying is in terms of golf, it is thought of as like, this is bougie and oh, I went to this or I went to that and I'm part of this and I'm part of that. Like it becomes that. And that brothers versus gorillas situation is an extreme
that I watched
example
on this program on PBS called Real South, REEL, Real South.
I think you mean program.
And they had you snorted.
Yeah, because I make myself laugh.
And they had a program on a few weeks ago that was about, what city was that? I think it was in South Carolina. And for many years, it was an exclusive white club, and the caddies were black.
Right.
So we had some of the caddies who were older than the white players, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the caddy, of course, gets called by his first name, and he has to call this teenager or whatever, Mr. So-and-so. But anyway, what it turned out to be is that after they serviced caddying, they were able to play golf. And they went out on the golf courses and they played. And they played sometimes after hours. They mastered the game.
Yeah.
Right? They mastered the game.
Okay.
And then there was a brother who bought land.
Right.
And created a golf course. And this became, in the South, like one of the biggest black invitationals. So you had all kinds of folks, including brothers who until then had mostly been clerks and who caddied, but they taught themselves how to play golf. Now, what I'm saying again is that if that's what we aspire to because it looks like a fun sport, if that's what we aspire to because somebody has told us we can't,
right,
or we aren't intelligent enough to,
or we're gorillas,
or we aren't whatever, then I'm all for if you are so motivated by being excluded, if you are so motivated to play it and achieve and overachieve, then I go,
yeah, but you still got that look on your face, and that's what I'm saying. Like I do too. I'm like, well, okay.
It doesn't motivate me, but
right.
If my grandson came home and said, "Grandma, I want to do blah 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 blah. I want to, tennis, whatever." I wouldn't go, "Oh, well, that's a bougie, whatever."
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to golf, especially, and black folks, it is it is one of those.
But my
things.
husband's not hoity-toity.
I didn't say that he is, but I'm saying there is the black bourgeois culture surrounding golf. Is a thing.
I won't disagree with you, but I do want to say to you, and I want it on the record that I said to you, when you agreed to be on that TV show that they keep asking you about, I asked you not to do it.
Okay. And
I
did
asked you not to do it because of what I thought those kinds of shows represented.
Right.
Right. And you wanted to do it.
Right.
And you did it.
I did.
And there are people out there in the world who put you in the category of black bougie. Okay. So there you go.
Yeah, no, I mean, and
it's in the eye of the beholder.
Well, and right, but what I'm saying is, just like I said, it's not something that I personally would want to do. And you also, it's something that Roosevelt has done. And he is not a hoity-toity, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he is an outlier.
I don't know if that's true.
I think so.
I don't think that's true.
I think it is true.
You could say that if you told me that you knew 40 people who golf, and you don't.
I do not.
There you go.
Right.
And I probably do. And not all of them are hoity-toity.
I think I know like one.
No, I know many, and they're not all. There are hoity-toities, but there are a lot who are not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess and a lot of it is perception because they got to wear those stupid clothes. And
What's stupid clothes?
those stupid golf clothes.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Roosevelt wears pants,
I know, but I'm saying in general, they gotta wear the
and his
dumb
shoes
clothes.
look like sneakers. No, they
They
don't.
gotta wear those stupid clothes.
Imani, you know what?
What?
The difficulty is when you sound
The difficulty.
myopic.
The difficulty is that you are myopic as well, and I just want to say that on the record. So please stop. Now, anyway, what else happened? Some crate challenge. Stupid. What else happened?
Well, I thought it was quite interesting that today was New York Governor Mario Cuomo's last day in office as governor.
Mario?
I'm
No.
sorry, that was his father who was governor, Andrew Cuomo. This was his last day in office.
Somebody asked a question about
And
that.
last week-
Hold up.
And last week, what we saw was the collapse of a serious number of Karens and Ashleys who were
Ashleys.
founders of hashtag Time's Up,
Okay, wait. Charlene, okay, hold
who
on.
were defending him
Yeah.
and who
I'm
also,
trying to say something.
but I want to finish.
But
what
I just,
want to say.
but I just, okay, go ahead.
Who were defending him and were also scheming on how to discredit the women who claimed that he had sexually assaulted them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So what you have now is a whole scandal.
A whole bunch of raggedy white women
It's a whole
pitted against
scandal
each other.
of women, and not all white, because what's her name? Tina Chen, who was chief of staff to Michelle Obama,
Okay.
who is the executive director of hashtag
Time's
Time's
up.
Up.
Okay.
The chair of the board of hashtag Time's Up, Roberta Kaplan, her name is,
That's a white woman. Okay.
helped to draft the letter
Yeah.
that they were going to release, where they were going to disparage the reputation of the woman who started the claims about Andrew Cuomo. See, this thing, the significance of this for me is why when I'm in these environments and seriously, and a white woman looks at me wanting to know where I come down on the side of feminism, et cetera, and I'm
Get
like,
out of here.
and I'm like, I'm just going to stay over here in
Yeah,
my lane,
right.
But wait a minute, and I can't help but say to myself, where were you when your father, uncle, brother, grandfather, great grandfather, granduncle, whatever, was raping my great grandmother?
She was on the porch drinking mint
When they were
juleps.
owning people who looked like me.
But we didn't count.
Well,
We don't count.
We didn't count then, but we count now.
No, I mean,
Do we count now, and do we count in such a way that when we are sexually assaulted, or when we're 9 years old and you identify us as 16, right? Do you stand up and speak up on behalf of Black women and Black girls?
No.
The answer for the most part is no.
Yeah. I'm
So
like, you
what
know
we
the
just
answer.
saw in the past couple of weeks was, here you are at the tippy top of this organization that raised tens of millions of dollars with the assistance of Oprah, Shonda Rhimes, white girl, Asian girl, whatever. And these women are listening to those women who are assistants, secretaries at a lower level, saying, the governor felt my ass, the governor grabbed my boob, the governor,
No, he didn't.
and
It wasn't like that.
You are scheming to figure out how to
cover
discredit
him.
them.
Right.
How to discredit them.
And to cover him.
Right.
Right.
And his longtime
It's
14-year-old
Hyro.
his longtime 14-year living girlfriend, what's her name? Sandra Lee.
I don't know.
You get divorced from one of the Kennedy daughters, Kerry Kennedy. You get divorced from a Kennedy, have 3 daughters with a Kennedy. Then you take up after divorce with the cook, Sandra Lee, who you moved into the governor's mansion, by the way, and you claim and have set up that you don't marry her because you're a Catholic and you can't get married after divorce.
What?
I'm like,
no.
the hypocrisy is overwhelming.
This is why I was talking about the O.J. Simpson trial a while ago. And that's why I was saying, I was explaining to Idris, I'm like, these white people really, really got so upset and they still so mad that O.J. got off because they really thought that after Mark Fuhrman admitted that he was a racist and had planted evidence in the past, he had admitted that in tapes previously, but when asked about it in court, he pled the Fifth Amendment. White people I knew OJ was gonna get off. Even when the whole world knew, they still was just indignant and mad. So I told Idris, I was like, look, if this is how they're willing to treat themselves, like they really thought that despite Mark Fuhrman like saying, oh yeah, I totally collect, I mean, we knew that he totally collected Nazi memorabilia. It's like, well, like it's OJ, he's black, and it's whatever. I'm like, they really still are that like this mad all this time. And I'm like, if they gonna do
because
that,
we have no rights.
Right, exactly. Right. So I'm just like, yeah, of course these white women are gonna be like, well, I mean, I don't know, girl. Like, are you sure he really did? Like, maybe he just like brushed against you or something.
I told you
he's not like that.
I told you last week. I got 2 weeks ago. I got that invitation.
Yeah, to that thing.
To the Time's Up dinner, right? And it turned out. Guess what turned out? Remember, I told you somebody Sulzberger. Right.
Mm-hmm.
She was married to Pinch Sulzberger, Arthur Sulzberger.
Who are these people's names?
The owner of the New York Times.
Pinch.
His father's name was Punch.
Punch, and his name's Pinch.
Well, nickname.
You know what? At least people be talking about black people names.
Let me say
okay, I'm tired.
Wait. So I was invited to this event by someone named Gabby Sulzberger.
Yeah, no, you said that.
Wait. I was so curious about all of this hashtag Time's Up, hashtag, all of that. I looked up Gabby Sulzberger is a black woman.
Excuse me?
Pinch Sulzberger married a black woman. I think they were married like 11 years, and maybe they just in the past 3-4 years filed for divorce, something. But oh yeah.
What's her name again?
Gabrielle
Sulzberger.
Sulz, S-U-L-Z, because her name was, I think, Green, Gabrielle Green. She's got all kinds of credentials.
No, I'm just saying, I didn't like Gabby Goldsberger.
But Sulzberger.
Sulzberger.
Right. She's part of the Sulzberger dynasty.
Married to Pinch.
That, now divorced. The Sulzberger dynasty that owned, founded, created the New York Times.
Hi, I think you real pretty. My name is Pinch. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I paused to make note of that because in the middle of me talking about, again, who creates, these movements, right? Mm-hmm. Who creates these movements? We get involved in these movements, and I can't help but do the historical perspective of when did you all come over to be supportive of me and mine? Never.
That's why when you said Oprah and Shonda Rhimes, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing because y'all be acting like. I'm saying y'all collectively be acting like no one that certain people are beyond the reproach. Okay, so this is what I was trying to say. Charlene Gibbs King said, "What are your thoughts on Governor Cuomo's exit speech?" Exit. Well, it says exist. Exit speech, and what Politico is claiming as a bookshelf about VP Kamala staff leaking information. I don't know.
Bookshelf.
maybe that's another typo. Is claiming as a, I don't know what that means, but
I don't know.
I really haven't been.
I didn't read the political article. I will look into that, but I will say that Andrew Cuomo is leaving office, I believe, with an $18 million election war chest. Which
Damn,
of course
okay,
he doesn't have to give
what
back.
he trying to do?
Well, he was going to run for election.
He's like, I'm about to go out.
He was going to run for another term, so that would have.
Oh, I thought he was like, okay, we about to do this.
Do what?
Go, I don't know, go shop and feel himself.
He doesn't have to give the money back.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
And that's
like, come on, girl.
So I don't know if she's asking, does he have that in case he's interested in putting his name up for VP? But nobody can touch him for VP.
I have heard
it's too stinky. It is. It's too stinky.
No, I mean, I did hear initially that he was resigning. I mean, for obvious reasons, but because it was like, well, you know, I mean, somebody said, like, this is a friend of mine, like, oh, well, I heard that he's trying to run for, you know, like president or something. I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, listen, people have been elected.
He may think that given what Trump did, but see, people who are Democrats aren't going to vote for that. Republicans don't give a shit. Republicans will vote for child molesters and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Democrats are not going to do that. But let me say this. Andrew Cuomo, I won't say that his political career is finished.
Yeah.
I will say that if somebody bet me $100, I'd say his political career is finished. But he has enough big connections in New York State. Mm-hmm. So he's probably going to end up as a partner at a law firm or something. But the strategic move in him resigning is this.
Okay.
Once he's out of office, he can't be impeached.
Right.
They were going to impeach him.
Okay.
Once he's resigned, he can't be impeached. They can bring civil suits against him.
Right. But he like, whatever, I got $18 million, so
he can't be impeached.
I don't even care. Okay. Hold on. So hold up. Okay, this is what I don't understand, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. Okay, so okay. So Chris Cuomo was described as an advisor to his brother, Governor Cuomo, while the scandal was taking place.
All journalistically violation.
I mean, that's just whack.
Journalistic violation.
Chris Cuomo said his failure to report on his brother's scandal came from an obvious conflict. He said, point blank, I can't be objective when it comes to my family, so I never reported on the scandal. And when it happened, I try to be there for my brother. I mean, I feel like there's a whole lot of other ways, like, I don't know, go on vacation.
No, that's not how it works. You may want to have been there for your brother, but CNN, as a journalistic entity, is paying you tens of millions of dollars to represent the journalistic work of thousands of journalists who work there on a daily basis.
And have some integrity.
And you cheapened their work by behind the scenes advising your brother. You could just have quickly said to your brother, look,
no,
man,
I can't do that.
I can't talk to you about this.
Right.
That's what you could have said.
Right.
Instead, after you got busted,
I was like, I have to be there for my brother. I mean, and you could have said,
and the leadership of CNN should have sat him down. He should have been suspended, and he was not.
Wait, was there one point where you were gonna be interviewed for?
There was one
run
point.
CNN or something. Run CNN or
there
something.
Was one point. Probably, I think it was in maybe 2007, where I was asked by the head of CNN to interview with him for the job of head of domestic news. So I would have been, had I accepted the job that was offered, I would have run all of CNN domestically. And I said no.
Why?
This gentleman reached out to me
He's slitting your DMs.
through somebody. No, DMs didn't work. There was no such thing.
I'm
at the time.
a
You're
dumb.
so stupid. That's anachronistic. He reached out to me and asked a colleague and friend if I would meet with him to discuss diversity, because at that time I was the president and GM of NBC4 here in LA. And we may have, I think at that time, we also had the I think I had the Telemundo stations,
right.
but I can't remember whether I had that then too. So he reached out to me and said he wanted to discuss diversity.
This is a white person. Yeah.
He ran CNN.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying for the record.
And
Karen Lee said you got all the tea.
He reached out to me, and my response to my friend who used to work at NBC and who went over to CNN, my response was, I'll meet with him about diversity provided he doesn't talk to me about a job. But I don't want to talk to him about a job.
Right, but he was like, so what's up with this job though?
No, that's not what happened.
Okay.
So he agreed, and we met at the Four Seasons here in LA. One morning when he was in town, and we probably met for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Charming, we chatted and we talked about diversity. At that point, NBC was probably the leader of the networks in terms of what we were doing regarding diversity.
Right.
We finished. Nice to meet you. Hey, great. See you at the next
and
day.
He was like, what's up, girl? What's up with this job?
No. And then I go off to work, and you snorted again.
Yes, because I just like messing with
Are you having
What's up, girl? What's up with this job, though?
Are you having sinus
I'm saying
issues?
no. I mean, I know you told my secretary that you didn't want to talk about no job.
There was no secretary involved. I didn't say nothing about nobody's secretary.
I'm saying no. That's why I be, charming and stuff. What's up?
You know what? Your ignorance
I'm
is
really not
overabundant. And so I go off about my business, and about a week later, I get a phone call from a woman who's the head of HR for CNN.
Okay.
What's her name? Kelly something? I can't remember. So she calls me in my office. Hi, Paula. My name is no. I think it was Kelly something. And I was like,
what's up?
Hello. And she says, oh, Jim asked me to call you. His name Jim. Jim asked me to call you because he wanted me to talk to you to see if you would be willing to have a conversation with me about some opportunities at CNN. I perked up and I said,
did you yell at her?
Sort of. I said, did he not tell you that I said I did not want to be spoken to about opportunities at CNN?
She's like, yeah, well, I'm saying that.
Well, he did, but, we just really want to talk to you. I said, so I don't want to talk to you about job opportunities, and yet you're calling me.
But can I say something?
No, you can't.
Yes, I can, because a lot of people don't know how you act. And most people don't act like you.
I'm not
So
done.
they try to be persuasive, and then you get big mad. Go ahead.
And then she says, well, the job he wants to talk with you about. I said, you're still doing this? And she said, he wants to talk to you about head of domestic news for CNN. And I said, and? Well, but Paula, it's a really important job. I said, oh, I understand what the job is. And I even understand hierarchy. I said, it's the number 2 job at CNN. She said, well, yes.
Yeah, she like, come on, girl.
And he wants to talk to you about it. I said,
I want to talk about it.
I said I didn't want to talk to CNN about any jobs. And then she said, but he has reorganized his entire division, hoping that you'll accept the job.
That's his problem.
And now see,
That ain't nothing to do with
here's
me.
all of my.
Yeah, don't do that.
My
I don't like that.
My stankness
I don't like that.
comes through in you.
No, I don't like
I
that.
said to her,
I didn't tell him to do that.
I said that's very presumptuous.
Right.
I said,
And it could be a lie. And I'm hanging up the phone.
I said to her,
Because you playing on the phone.
I said to her, I was clear. I was clear with my colleague who first approached me.
Wait.
I was clear when I met with him. I even said the price of admission to a conversation with me about diversity is you will not discuss job opportunities at CNN. I don't want to talk about CNN.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
This is important.
This is how you sound and talk when you yell at me.
That's why you asked me if I yelled at her, and I said kind of.
Wasn't I clear?
Because I just need to know that you're not an imbecile or adult.
Well, Mom, you told me that most people are dumb when I was a kid. So you have to assume the same thing.
Which is why I asked her. I asked her again. I restated
You know
it.
that she is going to try.
So here's what happened.
I'm so tired.
She now starts damn near stuttering and is apoplectic because the last thing she expected was a negress saying no.
But he reorganized the whole division for you.
And that's what she said.
Like, he think you cute though.
And I said, well,
like, I don't care.
He should not have done that.
Right. That's his business.
And then she says, but we would like to fly you over here to meet with our team.
Oh, they gonna fly you out? They actually learned that was going on.
Of course they're gonna fly
No, but
me out.
I'm saying the fly.
They're in Atlanta and I'm in Burbank.
I'm saying flying you out.
They weren't just going to fly me out. Let me tell you how offensive this got.
Mom, do you know what that means?
Do you know? I want to be clear how offensive this gets and how I clearly can be bought. This is how this got.
Good.
We would like to fly you out and something.
Out.
And I said, no.
No, I'm not coming out. I
And
told you no.
she said,
oh.
But Paula, it would just be if you could just give us one day, just one day. And I said, I have no day to give you. I said no in the beginning. I'm saying no now. I said, in fact, I'm leaving on vacation with my husband in 2 days.
And she was like, oh my God, girl, we got to get you out here.
She said, well, can we just have 1 day of your vacation? And I said,
no. Okay, you've lost your mind now.
I said to her, you cannot. I am going to spend a week fishing with my husband in New Orleans and hanging out with his family there. And this is what she said. This is the height of arrogance. Can you just tell me what is the closest commercial airport or what's it called? A corporate airport near where you'll be?
Yes, in my butt and around the corner.
To me, and we'll send a private jet for you.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
I sat back and I said,
they were trying to flew you out.
I said, because you think I will be impressed by a private jet as though I've never been in a private jet.
This is what I'm trying to say to you.
She said, no, that's not what I mean. I said, but
that is what you mean.
I said, but that's what it sounds like.
You're trying to treat me like a girl who's trying to go to the All-Star game.
I said, when I tell you I'm going to New Orleans, where planes land
all the time,
15 times every half hour, you think by mentioning private jet, I'm
right.
Ooh, fall out and go, oh my God, how could I say no?
They got mimosas.
She said, no, I don't mean to offend you. So I hang up. I'm like, look, no. I called my husband and tell my husband this whole story. He said, baby, just find out what the job is. No, I don't want to. Paula, just find out what it is. It may be something that you really want to do. I know they offended you and blah, blah, nah.
But then you have to go live in Atlanta. And
I said, I don't want to talk to them. He said, baby, just find out first. I was like, are you serious? He said, fine, just find out what the job is. She called me back.
What you mean?
She called me back.
You mean without a prompting?
With no prompting, because Jim wasn't taking no for an answer. So Kelly had to call me back.
Wait.
Kelly called me back, and I said to Kelly, shockingly, I had a conversation with my husband, and my husband said to me that I should at least come and find out what it is.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. To sum up this horrific story, 2 days later, I was on a commercial flight.
You could have taken that private flight.
No, I'm not doing that because you know what? No.
But they got the good snacks on private planes.
I took a commercial flight from New Orleans to Atlanta, which you know is not a long flight.
Yeah.
I was met at the airport.
It's a shuttle.
Right. I was met at the airport by fill in the blank. Because nobody at CNN knows that they offered me this job.
Right.
I'm, sneaking in.
Under cloak of night.
I meet with this person and that person and this person. It's lunchtime now. And I am going to be shown homes in Buckhead and fill in the blank.
You told me
and
this.
fill in
You
the
like,
blank,
I don't like these McMansions.
which is why when you moved there to Alpharetta, I knew what that was. Because I was like, that's not Atlanta.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it.
So they took me to this place, this house and whatever. And it turned out that in Atlanta, if you don't have an appointment and give them your identification to make an appointment to see the house, that's how they show houses in Atlanta.
Okay.
And because I was on the DL, right,
Mm.
I just could only go to open house.
Okay.
So she took me to like 2 or 3 open houses and I was shocked. Why am I going to open house? Oh, because we wanted to set up some of the real estate so you could take a look at,
But
when the time came, I met with Phil Kent,
okay.
who was the head of Warner.
Hi, Idris.
Warner owns CNN. And when I walked into his office, shaking my hand, we're so glad that you're going to be joining us.
Ain't nobody said I was gonna be joining y'all. I'm just here visiting.
I said, whoa, hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. Then he says to me, as we sat down and talked, and I say to him, I have not agreed to any of this. He says, well, are you under contract to NBC? And I said, for the first time ever, just because a former GM went over to Fox and has been picking off some of our GMs.
Right.
So they begged me to sign a contract, and
Right.
I did. But I said, I don't sign contracts because I don't work where I'm not wanted. I can get a job.
Right.
And I said, in fact, I've never applied for a job.
Yeah.
So this Phil Kent says to me, are you under contract? I said, yes, I am. And I gave him the backstory.
Right.
He says, well, I know Bob Wright very well. Bob Wright, who is the CEO of NBC Universal. And I'll call Bob Wright and ask him to let you out of your contract.
I said I'm here visiting. Like, what is wrong with these people?
I said, you will not.
You will not do that. I didn't tell you to do that. I'm not even supposed to be here.
That's when I stood up. I said,
Yeah, I'm leaving. This is stupid.
And then I was escorted back to Jim's office, who I'd not seen yet, right? I had breakfast with him at the Four Seasons, ostensibly about diversity. Now I'm in his office, and he's got this Cheshire cat face, like I know you're not happy with me.
Yeah, dummy.
And I listened to
Told
him.
you from jump.
He said whatever he was going to say, and I said, so. He said, so here's the offer I want to make to you. I said, there's nothing you need to say to me, because unless it starts with a multiple of 7 figures, we have no conversation. He looked at me. I said, and that's why I said to you, I don't want to talk.
Right.
I said, you all can't afford me.
Okay, Mom, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not finished.
They try to flew you out.
I'm not finished. He looked at me. He said, but Paul, tell me what your number is. I said, I have no number to give you, because whatever I would give you, you can't afford it. I said, what you don't know
Did he cry?
is that I'm wealthy. I'm not trying to change and go work for a whole nother group of white people. I said to him. That's why
What is wrong?
That's why I was clear. I said, I know the NBC Universal GE system. I'm not trying to learn CNN. He just looked at me. And I said, and on top of that, let me be really clear. Why on earth would you think I would work for you when you lied to me? And he just looked at me. I said, we started a conversation and ostensibly a relationship on a lie. I said, as long as you don't talk to me about a job, and you committed to that. He said, but you wouldn't have talked to me otherwise. I said, see,
right, and that's where you messed up.
I said,
that's where you messed up.
I said, wait a minute. That's a possibility, but I might have talked to you had you been honest.
Now you were out here looking raggedy.
I said, now I understand
how you
have
do business.
No integrity.
Right.
How you do business.
Can't trust you. Don't want to work for you.
And you lied to me. I said, out the gate. I said, hear this. I would never work for you.
Right.
Under any circumstance would I work for you. He's purple now and sputtering.
Well, I'm saying, but I mean,
so that was that.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
About 5 days later.
Hey, girl, I changed.
About 5 days later, I'm walking to some restaurant at lunchtime in Burbank, and this was in the days of wearing a pager. My pager goes off. I don't know this number.
I know this is not Bill or
it's
Jim.
Not Bill, it's Jim. Jim's Paula.
Why is he paging you?
I wanted to give
How he get your pager?
Because the colleague who gave him my pager number.
Don't be hitting me up on my pager
he
like
paged
that.
Me, and here was what he said. I know that when we ended it, you said absolutely no. You said absolutely no. He said, but maybe since you had some time to sleep on it. And I said,
Negro, you have lost your entire mind.
This is one of those instances where while walking down the street,
you were screaming on the phone.
You look at your pager, you take out your cell phone, you make the call. He says something and you stop walking.
You weren't yelling at him in the street?
There's no need to yell. I said, I want to help you process this.
Stop, leave me alone. And stop playing on my phone.
My answer now and forever is no. Jim, go to the next person on your list. That's just it, Paula. I don't have a next person on my list.
That's not my problem.
And I said to him, then that is a failing of your company's succession plan. There's nothing to talk about. I left out a point. When I left Phil Kent's office, I called my boss, who I really loved working for. His name is Jay Ireland. Okay. I called Jay and I said, Jay, these slimy people at CNN might get back to NBC that they had me in for a job interview.
Right. Let me tell you exactly what happened.
And I called him on a Sunday, and here's what Jay said to me when he picked up the phone. He said, Paula, yes. He said, you never call me on a weekend unless something is wrong. And you never call me because you handle everything yourself and let me know on a weekday what you've taken care of. I said, that's right.
Yeah, for real.
He said, so should I be frightened? There's nothing to be frightened of. He said,
you're going to be mad, though.
Why? No. He said, then what's going on? I said, I'm on vacation. I went to Atlanta. I laid it all out. I said, Phil Kent pops up. I'm going to call Bob Wright. I said, that son of a may actually call Bob because I said no, but I said no in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Jay said to me, Paula, do I have to give you more money? I said, you do not. He said, do I need to give you more stock options or anything? I said, this is not a negotiating ploy.
No, these people are just being raggedy.
I said, when you and I negotiate, we negotiate, and I lay my stuff all out. I'm not trying in midstream to do whatever.
Act like
I'm not doing that.
Right.
I said, I am letting you know if you hear any whisper of a something with Paula and CNN, the answer in the beginning, the middle, and the end was no.
Right.
He said, okay. He said, so I can go back to being okay for the weekend? I said, you have zero to worry about. That is my, people say, you should write a book. I got so many, these people.
You already wrote a book.
I didn't write a book about that. I wrote a book about my family and finding them. I didn't write a book about the chicanery, the lies, the cheating.
I thought it was chicanery.
The bad behavior. I got all. You know how many instances I would have been the only Black person in the room, and therefore I cannot write this in a way where the names will be changed, right? Because all I have to do. Like anybody could go back, CNN,
right? At
head
this
of
time,
CNN, Jim.
Right.
Oh, that must be Jim.
Right. Blah blah blah. Right.
I didn't even have to say Jim. I could give the year,
right?
And they know exactly because for much of my career I was the only,
right?
And then, by the way, it ain't like I took any pride. Like, yeah, man, I'm the only. It's like. I walked around with other people's resumes, other Black folks' resumes. I really did.
Right.
And if somebody said, no, and I'd be like, oh, you should call so-and-so. So-and-so. And that's how at a point where we had the most Black general managers, the most Black news directors, the most Black executive producers at NBC Universal, because I was getting us to hire everybody.
That's what you're supposed to do, though.
That's what you're supposed to do, unless you are ignorant and you want to be. And you want to be.
I'm the only Black person here.
The only one. Oh no, there can only be one of us. We're in competition. Girl, please. Boy, please. We ain't in competition. I'm a win against anybody and everybody. So let's just put that out there.
Big birthday energy. I mean, if anything, I don't have anything to rival or to even be similar. There's nothing similar.
You're not in that world.
Well, no, but the little bit of experience that I do have with producers, it's always like, but what about this? And what about that? And da-da-da-da. And I will naturally be like, no, and hang up the phone. And you're like, well, you have to be like,
the reason why.
And I'm like, I don't want to talk to these.
When you decided you wanted to do that show, I said to you, then we're going to sign a contract where you pay me $1 a year to be your manager, because I'm not going to allow the destruction of your career because somebody wants to see Black women fighting on television.
Right.
That's what I said. They wanted me to be a regular on that show, and I said no. Why did I say no? Well, you could offer advice to the women and blah blah blah. I said, but not all.
For that.
I said, but not all women are going to take my advice the way my daughter takes my advice.
You didn't say that.
I did say that.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And I said, if one of them comes out of her mouth wrong
somebody's
way,
gonna get slapped.
Then,
right.
Then see, my reaction is exactly what you all want to put on TV, but I'm not going to allow you to see that. I don't let people talk to me any kind of way. Not that I was presupposing that would happen,
right?
But if it reared its ugly head, listen, I'm the person who on the day that I fired a dude who broke into security.
Mm-hmm.
When he walked into my office and I said I wanted to meet with him, he walked in. I pulled a cardboard box out from behind my desk. I said, here, this is for you. I said, go to your desk, get your shit, and you better be out of this building in 10 minutes. I said, security is waiting for you. Wait, what? Paula, what? I said,
no.
We have all the documents that show that in the middle of the night while you were preparing the morning show, you broke into security. You were trying to find out what was in my email. Well,
no.
And then he says, but I have a wife and 3 kids. I said, well,
that's your problem.
I said, well, unfortunately for your wife and 3 kids, their head of household is the sole earner, just got fired. Get the fuck out of my office.
I wish I could say this was big birthday energy, but this is how she is all the time.
Every day, all the time.
Here.
You have a
birthday. Please just open it. I mean, it's a card. It's not like your gift, even though you said, like, don't buy me anything.
I said, you don't have to, because there's very little that you could buy me that I don't know to get for myself. And I'm not a big consumer of stuff. This is okay. Oh,
Look,
this is
isn't that
very
nice?
cute. Love you more. Is that when people say I love you and they say love you more?
Well, you can open it.
Oh, Mom, happy birthday. Now you're 69. LOL. Smiley face, love me. That's very sweet. You breathe on me before you kiss me.
That's what you get. Okay, I will kiss you respectively.
I felt your teeth. I felt your teeth. I felt your teeth. And your head looked like an inchworm.
You an inchworm. Let me see. Let me see the card. It says you didn't read the whole thing. It says
I love you more.
It says love you more.
It looks like a dangle bracelet.
It is. You can peel it off and put it up. You're not, but I know. I love you more. Love you more than anything. Happy birthday. I said now you 69.
I read that.
No, I know, but I'm saying you didn't make the face. Like,
oh, I didn't know I was supposed to make the face.
well, no, it's just like, oh, you 69.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Anyway,
all right.
this is how she acted around her birthday, which is albeit slightly worse.
So they heard the annals of my corporate life.
I think you mean anals.
Annals.
Anals.
You're so stupid.
Okay, so boom, it's 6:22. And you know what? I ate kind of late today just so I wouldn't be hungry during. Although I was thinking
that's
about eating
a birthday present. That is, excuse me, that is a birthday present. What are the comments be about? Did they have too much of my storytelling, or was that enough?
No, oh my God, we love Miss Paula. She's so great. Okay, here's what some of the highlights. Oh, CNN tried you. That is unbelievable and not your problem. That's from Karen Lee Garcia. Michelle Renee, that went over Miss Paula's head. She wasn't trying to get flown out. The only time anyone ever attempted to fly me out, I said no. Mainly because no, and also because it was not a very attractive person. Even though he did play for the NBA, but I was like,
I was on private jets before.
Well, yeah, no, I was like, Negro, I don't care. I'm like, and I'm in school. Like I can fly my own self out.
They could have asked me what would have impressed me, and maybe I'd have come up with something, but that wasn't it.
Elizabeth Mackey said, I hear that, Miss Paula. They wouldn't be able to afford you. You know your worth and the background of what you do. Karen Lee Garcia said, I'm waiting for the book. I'm ready to pre-order. Reggie Small said, have a delightful birthday.
Reggie Small.
Many, many more. Wow. The
Reggie
birthday celebrant gave out the gifts tonight. Thank you for another tremendous episode.
That's nice. Reggie Small, my second boyfriend. Was he my first boyfriend? He was my first boyfriend.
I don't know.
He lived in did he live in the Delano houses?
I don't know.
On 138th Street and Lenox Avenue.
Jamal Realtime on Instagram said, more story time. Okay. Yes, we're going to get to that. It's just that my mom she tells mad stories. KX said that you unapologetically yourself all day, every day. KX said, you're awesome. You should become a life coach for Black women in corporate America. And
I kind of am.
Well, yeah, you are. But yeah, just all a bunch of just like, yay. Grace Matheson said, I'm so proud of my people. So very proud. I love how outspoken you are, Miss Paula. Both you and my mom would have been the best of friends.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
did your mom
ask me
have
about
a stink attitude too?
Well, most moms should have stink attitudes. We have a right.
Grace Matheson said yes.
Angela wants to do a thing with me, so
she seems nice.
She's very nice.
Yeah, I never met her, but I went to this thing she hosted once.
Oh, she's really nice, and she wants me and Roosevelt to come over to her house for dinner.
Oh.
I'll ask her if you can come.
Okay.
Did I introduce you to? I introduced you to Jamel, right?
Yeah.
Or you already knew Jamel.
I knew Jamel because I ran. It just so happened that we were at Essence. and I had to do like I had to do like kind of promo for Married to Medicine. She knew you, she had talked to you or saw you, and I was like, oh wow, you Jamel, I'm such a fan, da, 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 da. And then you came over and I was like, oh, it's my mom. And she was like, what? I was like, yes, it's my mom.
And she said,
I can't believe that.
Awesome.
I was like, yes, it's my mom. So yeah, Jamel is real. Like Jamel is.
She's really
super cool.
There are women.
Like she act like how you think she acts.
Who I'm so proud of, and
Jamel is hella cool. Like she is the same all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Angela's the same all the time.
Yeah, she seems like. I mean, I've never met her or talked to her, but she seems hella cool.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them who I really like, and if all of this stuff would calm down and people got their shots and had masks, I would try to have a salon with
you. Mean a salon in a parlor?
A salon with you and
a salon.
Some of these sisters, because I think
a salon.
There's a whole next generation. It's like when you and Safir, right? And so I invited Safir to go with me to this BET thing, and while there, Yusuf Salam was one of the attendees, as was a sister who's now at ABC News, but Khadija Sharif Drinkard. And I don't know if you remember Khadija, but back in the days of the Valley and John.
Oh,
remember Khadija?
Yeah.
So
I do remember Khadija.
Right. Khadija was the vice president, senior vice president for business affairs at BET.
Oh.
She was for years. And now she's the senior vice president for business affairs at ABC News, where Kim Godwin, who used to work for me, is now the president of ABC News. So at this event, it was me, Sharif, Yusuf Salam, and Khadija. And we were together at this thing because all of them are children of people who were in the nation.
I was going to say, that's a lot of Arabic.
They're all children of folks who were in the nation. Not that I knew any of their parents. I met Khadija's mother once at an event, but what was interesting was how we all gravitated to each other.
Yeah.
And then I took them to lunch at the H Club, where we probably spent another 3 hours. We were there forever.
Well,
we're still all in touch with each other. And when you and Safir were talking, I said, the beauty for me is that when I was in the nation, and those of us who were in the nation back then, it was hell. But the beauty is that seeing who our children have become and what their own philosophies are, and how you put them together and you can watch magic happen. So
yeah, because I'm magical.
Oh, okay.
So
you're magical negress.
I mean, in a way, look, my whole thing is you knew how I was gonna be when I was you knew how I was gonna grow up to actually
I helped shape you to be that, right?
Wow.
Because mommy, they won't talk to me. I said because they're jealous, because you're Imani and they're not. So
now look at y'all,
right?
Looking all terrible.
You are Imani and
they're not.
And that's why.
That's why my skin is so moist and smooth. I mean, it's true.
And a lot of that, of course, comes from a whole Jamaicanness.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It is what it is. You don't, children have to be helped to understand their value and worth and how not to be intimidated by people and to not care because that girl.
Yeah, but I don't care.
That girl
she said
kicked you because your skin is dirty, because it's brown. It's like, really?
That's why she got pushed in the dirt.
You have to know when to come home and tell your parent that somebody said something like that to you. And then you go to school and you damn near rip the school up.
Well, okay. So I would always exact physical punishment first. then tell you.
Right.
Because it was like there was a chain of events that
And
I
I
knew was
was
going
good
to
with
have
that
to
because if
happen.
it meant that they were going to tell me they would expel you because you were physical, I'd be like,
And
go ahead and try. You go ahead.
go ahead and try, because the GPA of your whole class is going to go down once I leave, because everybody else here is stupid.
Because it's one of those, it's that you clearly don't know who you're messing with. Go ahead, you try that one. And when I do that, it's on behalf of all Black people.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? It's on behalf of all Black people. Marcus Garvey, whose birthday was last week.
Oh yeah, it was last week.
Up You Mighty Race.
Yeah.
It's Up You Mighty Race. It's all gonna be with a roar. I know I'm a Virgo. I'm on the Leo cusp, but a lot of me is go ahead and try it. I'm gonna rip your face off with all your people standing there to watch.
I would just like to say that I am not on the Virgo Leo cusp, or rather Leo Virgo cusp. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a true Capricorn. But my thing is I have to try so hard to keep myself calm, that the funny part is that as much as I mess with you about how you act, then there will come a time where I can't take it. And then I will just flip out.
I don't flip out.
And then my mom's like, okay, I
don't flip out. I think about.
I'm better
I
now.
flip.
Because I'm like, I'm not getting this person get on my nerves.
I'm a scorched earth person.
Same.
I'm not going to rest until I've destroyed you, but I'll be
Same.
calm about it. I will destroy you and all of your
everything.
All of your
I don't care.
I will destroy all of you because that's just the way it has to be. You need to be taught a lesson.
Yeah. And also, you got to be taught a lesson, and I'll sleep better knowing that you have been punished. So, anyway,
and if it doesn't come from me, it comes from the universe.
The thing went off.
All right, well, it's time.
Okay, it's time. Wait, hold on. Here come Hyro. Hold on.
Hey, Hyro. Bye. Hyro came with a big H on her head.
I know.
For happy birthday.
We put it on her. Hi.
Because she got neutered.
She got neutered last week. Sorry, the thing shut down.
All right. Well.
Okay, we about to go.
Right.
Okay. So
yes, Imani State of Mind will be back
very soon. Come here, Hyro. Hyro. Come here. Come here, Doodles. Come here.
Oh.
Come here. Look. Hyro got an H on her collar. Hold on. If you would stop moving.
And she got her butt on my water bottle.
It's H. It's H for Hyro. You know what? Get it in.
Let me just sit here and dig in my tail because I can't get to the part where they cut.
Right. But Hyro's doing better. I was like, y'all killed my dog. I couldn't sleep. I was so upset.
Are you a doctor?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just checking.
But still, like, I was just like, oh my schnoodles. Y'all try to kill my schnoodles. But she's better now. Now she's okay. She's barking at people and okay. Hi. All right. So you know what? Say bye, Hyro. Say bye. Say bye.
Ooh.
Still does. Okay. Bye, everybody. See you next week.